afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another amazing Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, your master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland. Your one and true only friend in this world. Off here till 1 versus 1 on Crossroads in the north. We got PFC fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Taking on the role here of the 2nd Infantry Division, charged the holding line to the Germans launch a vicious counterattack under the command of Zen Prime. Fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 1st SS Panzerdivision Leibstandarte. PFC going here for heavy cavalry versus Zen Prime's Blitzkrieg Mobile Defense and Ostrom. Hello, Ostrom. With Panzergrenadier Infantry Machine Guns versus all infantry there for PFC. The riflemen are on the way. PFC over here trying to secure the car point a bit there with tank traps and barbed wire. More barbed wire going on to once more secure the shrubbery against any German infestations. First Rifle's got to push down here, thick hard for the field. We're going to try and sort of stall this in Prime, assuming he's going to hit for the eastern field born there, which most southern players will do. So next we got PFC's aiming for a somewhat disruptive start. He'll probably go for sandbags to further just enhance this disruptive start. I imagine Zen Prime here is not going to expect that. I mean, while some players will do that, it tends not to be super common, but still, going in here aggressively, he's going to be able to hold off the field point for some time against Zen Prime, who's so far, again, not expecting it at all. Which means PFC can effectively stall here Zen Prime from the field for some while longer. As he, well, isn't rushing for it, because he's going to be able to get the field before Zen Prime here in the German army. Pioneers, I think, already spot what's going on. This is going to have to pull off some tactical maneuvers to pull that off. Secured fast. Before PFC's more just going to commit more infantry to this. Also been bringing up the machine gun here. So there we go. Assault commences. Pioneers sort of moving up. Grenadiers from another side. Machine gun as well here. Trying to flank in. But there's the flanking explosive rifle up north. Bit of a retreat, but there you go. Suppress the rifle. Should be able to rush in with the Pioneers here. Grenadiers MD-14 to do with their riflemen there. Need to get the Pioneers in a bit faster there. Schnell. Striking hard. Their third rifle spot there for PFC. More Grenadiers around there for Zen Prime and the German army. Pioneers closing the rifle, and there you go. They're still suppressed, in which case the Pioneers should be able to keep them suppressed up. Sandy not here. Still, ultimately, the rifle now forced back. His rifle spot number 2 suppressed here. So in this case, Zen Prime was able to win the engagement that was a bit hairy there. Through some good maneuvers and good machine gun play there, he was able to turn the Americans away here from the door of Germany. Advancing slowly up here, he's going to probably try and push up as fast as possible, put some pressure there on PFC to turn the turn around further. More Grenadiers there for Zen Prime and the German army, and back here in PFC's base, and nothing further, though imagine we'll be seeing the lieutenant to take advantage of things. Pioneers here seemingly planning something there, but they can't decide what. Instead, sandbags to explode. Third Grenadiers coming westwards, second Grenadiers MD-42 here, rifle moving up ever so slowly, so softly. And looks like he's actually aiming for the captain here. Quickly pack cards and studs here versus Zen Prime. And certainly might indicate he's actually just going to stall for it. Then again, most would have gone for the lieutenant. He does go for the lieutenant in the end. Might just been a bit of delay there. Might just a bit of delay. Big push here, and Zen Prime is going for a very heavy tier 1. Well, obviously, it's going to be part of a tier 3 rush. It's just going to be a heavy tier 1 into tier 2. Those are sort of both options for Wehrmacht players. Either way, he's going to be hitting back hard here at PFC with as many Grenadiers as possible. Another option will be just try to rush up to the 2s. Then again, with the fuel harassment, well, fuel dig in there, it might not be super viable there for Zen Prime, though he is taking out at the very least. PFC going for the ambulance to help cover up some of the wounds. And there we go. Zen Prime sneaking up with the machine gun again, getting in there aggressively against PFC. He might even try and set up to cover the calf point with the machine gun, in which case he might want to lay up some S-mounts to cover one flank of it. Either way, if he can push for the calf point, then if he can deny PFC fuel, that'd be pretty solid for him. Lieutenant is almost done there for PFC in the 2nd Infantry Division. First SS continues though. Point there secured, lots of tank traps up there for PFC. There you go, hitting enforcement there for a lot of infantry. There you go, moving up here. Machine gun remains here though. Can't quite cover the calf point though. Thusly locking him down. Of course, he might just want to keep the flank secure. Though, arguably, as I mentioned, you could just use S-mounts to sort of help deal with that. Push for the fuel point here as well though. Zen Prime making for a double cut here against PFC and the Americans. Pioneers retreating. Overall there we can see now that Zen Prime has a notable fuel lead over PFC. Is only getting 4 fuel per minute, whereas Zen Prime's getting 38. That is massive. That is almost 10 times as much fuel. I mean, that's quickly going to come to advantage of Zen Prime, and again highlight some of that thing with Crossroads. There's just more fuel available, so if you fall behind, it can quickly snowball out of control if you're not careful. But there you go. Big, massive push here. Good reading the situation by PFC, realising again that Zen Prime's more or less dug in here in the west centre. He just strikes for this one where he's most likely banking on that Zen Prime isn't very well dug in. It's a good play there by PFC. Most players just, bash their head into a wall, hoping to break it through sheer, skull trauma. But PFC here, of course, decides to hit where it's weakest and do more damage to that. He's also going to harass with rearsumes caught behind in the lines, buy more time. They're just going to eat the centre victory points. But still, I like the overall play here by PFC in response to what Zen Prime did. Was a very good push. PFC following up with a 50 caliber. It's going to be helpful there. Those German infantry. Might want to consider mortar to help deal with that machine gun. That would be a pretty sweet choice. Now making us come up, that's going to half-train line for Zen Prime. Looks like that's going to be the classic flame for a half-track to put some more pressure on the Americans, and certainly PFC is going to need some counters for that. Otherwise, PFC can find his situation even worse off. Then these pioneers moving up here, cutting off as much as possible, trying to buy as much time here versus Mr. Zen Prime, and there you go, got the half-track out. Upgrade is already happening there for Zen Prime and the 1st SS Panzerdivision Leibstandarte. 5th car moving up, he's trying to gain as much in the west as well, but of course the effort is still in the east for now. Rifle went off there with a nasty hit. Flame for half-track slowly being upgraded there for Zen Prime. Flame for half-track usually part of the headquarters battalion, I believe. Or sort of a small platoon that's sort of attached to it, help deal with certain things. So there you go, 50 cavalry rifleman pushing up north. Got one grenade squad running for what little cover's left after PFC already wired off there. Anti-aircraft on the PFC to help counter the German half-tech, and Zen Prime does not have any counters for that. Sadly, while he did have a lot of the map, he never got around, I believe, to laying down any telemines. So the anti-aircraft half-tech should buy PFC here, I would say, sufficient swing back against Zen Prime, and that way, gain some breathing space. Weapon max would be a great idea. That all Rangers could also, I think, work out nicely here for PFC. Thompson's there could put some pressure there on Zen Prime's infantry once he's gotten rid of the flame for a half-tech, because otherwise the Rangers are not going to be going very far. Zen Prime following up with a Pack 40, most likely anticipating, a counter to his half-track in the form of another half-track. Certainly, the most common choice there. Almost got the fuel there. That's going to take some more to connect it up. Meanwhile, Zen Prime has disconnected PFC from his southern fuel point here. Anti-aircraft half-track up for PFC. Troops healing and enforcing. Flame for half-track roaming about. They're half-8 to veterans, one very slowly. We got the 5th cover there on watch. And there you go, MD-42 once more doing its part for the fatherland, suppressing those Yankee Shrine. And anti-aircraft half-track on the road there. Zen Prime, by the way, committing to mobile defense as well. Seems like he is getting very paranoid despite having the lead here. Committing to not just the Pack 40, but possibly a Puma as well. One would certainly argue that is an indicator. Oh, the PFC might be making a mistake here. They're sitting up here against the half-track. And, oh, holy smokes, he might still lose it. No, gets away with that. Was ridiculously lucky there for PFC. Normally when you see an MG42 gain veterancy 1 and it just stops firing, your opponent has gone for the incendiary pismans. Apparently PFC wasn't paying attention, but apparently just managed to save it right before it got blown apart there. So yeah, PFC, they're still in a rough spot. We got the Bars being added. He's still going to need some bazookas, but Bars will help there versus some or all of Zen Prime's Truppen. Also, a fun fact about the Waffen-SS, the early, companies for, Waffen-SS, was actually known as a Storm. Later on, they just changed that to company. But, there's a little fun note there. Troops are healing and enforcing. Bazookas out there for PFC as well. Very good, very good. 50 caliber hanging back there. Zen Prime remaining here in control of the map for now. PFC certainly is going to have a tough time on his hands. He might even have to go for the captain, of course, in which case he could find himself forced in a situation where he's forced to stall into the Pershing rather than, getting away with stalling into the Pershing because he can. In this regard, Zen Prime's aggressive play has put PFC there in an awkward position. Good use of the machine gun, of course, but also just the flame for a half-track has proven itself to be quite decisive, and in many cases, good MG42 play is very much critical to playing against the Wehrmacht. Good aggressive play. But there you go. Right here, though, Zen Prime might just have made a mistake. Oh, he failed to punish it because he didn't have the munitions for the anti-tank rifle grenade. A bit of a blunder there, actually. Huge win there for Zen Prime, that he avoided his half-track being destroyed. I mean, he lost the half-track right then, and that would have been big for PFC and the 2nd Infantry, but instead, the half-track was able to escape and burn more Yankees another day. Great work there. My God, Ludwig, you gotta believe this is alive. Yeah, yeah. I'm not entirely sure how. I mean, there's fuel everywhere. And what's that smell? I think something's burning, yet we're still alive. Troops in reinforcing, half-time moving about here. PFC wants to strike on the fuel. Again, note how they are focusing on the fuel each player here. Trying to control and all that. Sense of victory point is nice, but it's not crucial. Though, of course, for PFC, still he has to somehow control the victory point, but he just have the other two there. He can still ensure he doesn't bleed up too fast, though he is kind of bleeding now. MG4 to the remains in issue. I'm surprised that PFC just hasn't gone for a mortar. You'd figure, you know, a nice mortar would be, well, very helpful here, but for whatever reason, PFC, there we go, decides here at the 11-minute mark that, you know what, he needs a mortar.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
So only the late response, however, that's been great there for Zen Prime's machine gun. He's been able to hold up some real prime real estate here with the MG42. Of course, he's going to have to get it moving soon again. And once more fuel there opening up for PFC for America. Can let's look back there. We've got a huge swarm of riflemen hit there. Bars and half-track just laying down a critical volume of firepower there. Pack a bit exposed, need to be careful there, Zen Prime. We got take up there for Zen Prime. Going to move ahead for the medium armor. Very good. I mean, he can go for the Puma, but I mean, just going straight for a Panda 4 right now would be better if he can get away with it. And certainly a much better usage of any advantage he may have gained. So there you go, pushing about this, trying to get the pack out of the way. We got the machine gun repositioning it to a slightly further away position. We're also going to have to catch a bit up with that to deal with it. Skirmishing in the south, we got the condition of the light machine gun to engage the armies, increasing their firepower notably more, of course, versus PFC's troops. PFC committing to another 50 cal machine gun to hold down the crowd's heads by blowing them off. And we got the captain's role there. PFC, of course, pretty much thinking this situation, not being able to, you know, keep up armor wise with the Zen Prime. So he's going to need anti-tank guns. So he's basically going to go in the defensive stall for the Pershing, because Zen Prime is able to execute a strong early game and, you know, punish PFC for any early mistakes quite excellently. They did get the flamethrower after this, so rather than trying to somehow rush out a tank, he, you know, is the one that has to, you know, survive it. Currently, that means Zen is basically, you know, delivering a beat down to PFC, and PFC is now in the situation now has, you know, to ward it off and try and turn the tables on Zen Prime down the road. So good work there for Zen Prime. As notice, it's slowly turning around there anyways, but if we can get out Panzer IV, he should be able to regain momentum and initiative fast again. And that's again is where the real challenge arrives for PFC and the 2nd Infantry, and that is, you know, surviving the second oncoming. So there you go, Panzer IV over Zen Prime and the 1st SS, Panzerdivision Leibstandarte. Also, another fun fact about the Waffen SS, and one reason they probably could do more than most average army divisions, they actually had for each infantry regiment an extra battalion of infantry, meaning, you know, a Panzer division of the Waffen SS actually had 2 more battalions available to it than a regular army Panzer division. That tends to make a huge difference. We're talking thousands of men there as an example. And that's, for example, something that tends never to get talked about. When you sort of read, you know, books about all that, they'll sort of talk about elite and all that, but they won't talk about the fact that the Waffen SS divisions usually have a lot more manpower to spare than a regular army division. It's a little fun fact there. Panzer IV here for Zen Prime, pin up machine being added, very good, though that only lasts until like 1945, or 45 there-ish, whereas they sort of had to accept manpower shortages as well, but they were able to get away with it for quite some time. Panzer IV on the half track, Panzer IV moving up here. And PFC's going to need some anti-tank guns out fast, which is exactly what he does. Can of course rush it out here with the captain using the supervisor ability. It seems like he might be playing out. It's just coincidence the captain's standing about there. So, Captain, you're going to do some supervising. What? No, no, no. I don't do supervisory work. I used to be a university professor, damn it. I'm not here for supervisory work. Got an anti-tank gun there, almost done here for PFC. Got the boss and the captain. Zen Prime might want to pressure the west point a bit more. He might try and harass the fuel point there of PFC a bit. Rather than a rather well-worn house, probably need to consider falling back soon enough. Those bars won't survive them much longer. Turn out for the Panzer IV decides to open that house, which is ready to collapse. Nice use of counter-attack tactics by Zen Prime. Bit overlooked ability, but quite handy. And in fact, could very well be the reason he actually chose the docks. You know, it has a lot of the utility rather than just the Puma. You got counter-attack tactics, panzer also, emergency, you lose a lot of infantry. And the command tank to back stuff up as well. So there you go, MD42 continues dealing with the advancing push here by PFC. No smoke screen, at least rather delayed smoke screen. And a bit too bunched up troops as well. They're making much easier here for Zen Prime to just thwart the entire assault. Panzer Grenadier front for Zen Prime, so he's going for a pretty heavy infantry build there. 4 Grenadier squads and a Panzer Grenadier squad. Definitely sort of set up for some aggressive play. They've been executed well. And some time anyway will go down in additional armour. POC that continues upwards here. Machine gun they're setting up, but might not. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if set it up. There we go. Looks like Zen Prime realises that was not good and retreated. Pack bottoming up, Panther down to half health. Anti-tank there being held forth by PFC's brain men. Grenadiers sort of slowly moving up there to hit the western fuel point. Good work there by Zen Prime. As there's a small chance he might lose ground here. Well, further lose ground to the Americans, to the 2nd Infantry. Anti-tank moving up. Mortals a bit further forward, so you could probably stand to it a bit closer. But there you go, Panther taking hits from the M1 anti-tank gun, which can really do a lot of damage to medium armor very fast. Bit risky to get ahead into, and there you go. Of course, in this regard, mobile defense offers Panzer Tactician, allowing to more easily escape with the Panzer IV. So, nice save there for Zen Prime, and nice save. Pack 40 Pro should fall back. Panzer was there providing a rear guard here, but he needs to pull everything out here, otherwise, because there's a good chance that he gets rushed by PFC and murdered. Though he is trying his best here with some Grenadiers as well, backing up the Panzer Grenadier. Anti-tank number 2 for PFC. Again, he is very much just stalling. Resource-wise, he has been very much in the back for the Zen Prime. Of course, he's now beginning to pull ahead. Oh, he did move the pack falling time. We got the MB4 to him. Coming up a bit further as well. Half check. Resistance moving up. Panther 4 being repaired, but it's still pretty close to the front line. If he gets spotted by the anti-tank gun, that could be bad news for Zen Prime and great news for PFC. Rather than being blasted, Panther is slowly dropping here. Anti-tank just holding back. We got the 5th car there firing away. Gaining veteran 3 on the MG42, the hero level there. More to push back there for Zen Prime. Looks like he actually got one. Bit of a meat grinder action here for Zen Prime. You should probably try and flank up either by pushing up for him, getting behind there, or pushing up for him. I think a head-on assault here is currently less than fruitful for Zen Prime. And the west a bit of back in action, back and forth here to get the fuel point there. Once more, counter-attack tactics. Thumbs up. Back here, reinforcement. Pioneer Squad number 2 to assist with pairs of panzers and other fun stuff there for Zen Prime. And straight into the half track and the 5th cover there. Not a good one for the Panzer Grenadiers for sure. Smoke screen off, I believe, from PFC actually. He might have been planning an attack. Was trying to just disrupt Zen Prime supporting units for the attack. Either way, interesting smoke choice there. Sadly, Zen Prime though has so far not been using his mortar for smoke. There we go. PFC launching a large officer-led counterattack here. Lieutenant and the captain reporting the Grenadiers reclaiming the western fuel point. Zen Prime has regained the south as well. He got more smoke off. This time though, it's from Zen Prime. Very good. Meaning both sides actually making use of smoke. Very nice, very nice. There you go. Reason's about to get murdered here horribly though. Better mistake than a PFC. Entertain them on the Panther doing some good damage. And there you go, Ravners are going to these up close. We've even got grenades up here for PFC. That's really bad news for Sam Prime if he doesn't realise it in time, because those grenades can do some serious business. And some serious harm. MD42, they're doing what they can here for the farmland. 3 kills, Veteran 3. Mortar support could try and hold up a bit closer, but instead it's being forced back here by the Grenadiers and to tank guns watching over the fields. Of course, PFC could also consider himself actually trying to flank up behind Zen Prime, but going up through here, hitting the car and actually getting behind some more vulnerable elements. That could be a pretty good push there for PFC against Zen Prime and his merry band of bastards. Nice hit on the half-track back here, troops reinforcing, nothing further going on there in PFC's base. He's got the view for the Pershing, he's still 3 command points and 400 manpower away though from a Pershing. Meanwhile, Zen Prime is going for tier 4. An interesting choice here. I mean, I think 2 Panzer IVs will allow him to just be more aggressive now and put more pressure back onto PFC. But of course, on the other hand, he goes for this, say, tier 4, goes for the Sturmpanzer, he could probably help counter the anti-tank a bit harder. And there's also the option of going for Panthers, which aren't necessarily half bad either, particularly if he's really worried about the Pershing. So we'll see what it ends up with here between PFC and Zen Prime. 10 kills on that Panzer Kampfwagen, field troops are hitting reinforcing, got the half-train racing wing westwards. As Zen Prime probes ahead with a Panzer Grenadier late team there and a few Grenadiers backing them up with light machine guns. So yeah, he can spell the heavy Panzer Corps now. We'll have to see when he does it. And there you go, Panzer Faust and the half-track. Good work by Zen Prime. Do we have any mines here? Keine Minen or bunkers? Hitting up the pack crew there, nice work. In that situation, Choice doesn't have to pull it all the way back to the base, just get it healed up. Bit of skirmishing here. As PFC is launching a major assault here to reclaim the cemetery from the Germans. A few loose elements here from the 1st SS, they're holding it, so it should be reasonably easily done here from PFC. The question, of course, merely just how much damage can it do while avoiding... Oh! There we go, grenades really paying so forth quickly here, and we could see, there we go, wipe. Panzers in the meanwhile doing heavy damage here, and ultimate force away as well. Probably should be able to get away there though. Yeah, losing a Grenadier squad is a bit unpleasant. Still, the Zen Prime in this case has enough infantry to get away with it, plus he's got the heavy Panzer Corps going up. He can more or less go for the Sturmpanzer, the Panther, whatever he wants to. PFC though, very close to the Pershing, no, very close. But not quite there either. Partly again, command points, partly manpower. As for Zen Prime, Sturmpanzer is now available. Panther though is not far off either. And again, if he's truly worried about the Pershing, I mean, we can consider he's got 13 command points. And usually, I mean, in a 1 versus 1, like even if you're hit, you usually only get hit by maybe 1 command point. 2 if you're really, really good, but usually just in 1 if even you're hit. So, I mean, it's probably not a bad thing to assume that, you know, your opponent's going to go for the Pershing in this situation. I mean, you got them on the defensive, you know they're stalling for the Pershing. So, I mean, having a Panther to that way contest the Pershing is, a pretty good idea. So, yeah, Panther out first here. Entertainer there landing a nice hit there on the Panzer IV. Penetrating the front line. Pazukas there opening up the Panzer IV, pushing a bit back. Over here in the east, MG42 Grenadiers just standing about there, gawking. And we got smokescreen here though from Zen Prime, very nice. My god, there's crowds there. They're using smoke, that's our tactics. No, it isn't, Sarge. It's a standard military tactic in most armies. Most armies? Maybe not the Italians. There you go, Panther more or less done. We got a smoke screen off here as well. Lots of smoke here from both players. I like that. I like that. There we go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 mobilized here for Zen Prime for the German army. Deutschland! Let's go, Helmut. Let's blow up some Yankee panzers. Let's mow down some Yankee men. Yeah, let's do that. You don't sound very enthusiastic. There we go. Counterattack tanks moving up. We got the lieutenants into the Panzergrenadiere. Veteran 2 bar away. Halfway between the field. There go. Nice grenade off here. Forced retreat here. Almost lost out the entire Panzergrenadier squad. Panther moving up here slowly. Pinlock machine gun being added. PFC though, more or less about to hit the Pershing. He's almost got the manpower. He's almost got, well, he's got the command points, so he just needs the manpower. He's roughly a minute away from that. Gonna need some flanking up there, putting pressure on PFZ there. And of course the Panther is just a threat in a lot of ways here. Gonna do something with the counter territory right past me. Could see a wipe here for Germany. Deutschland impeding the command structure of the 2nd Infantry Division. There we go, the lieutenant pops dead. Panther moving up, straight to the super finance tank on fire here. Half to bit exposure to the Panther. Should probably pull back that Panther 4 before it's too late. And there you go, the half track is taken apart here by an expert armored assault there by Zen Prime. Pioneers being pushed back and got Grenadiers as well, holding on anti-tank and has been cleared up by Zen Prime's infantry push there. Very nice work. Panther 4 closing in at T2. PFC is very close to the Pershing, but he ended up reinforcing stuff there, so that has stalled the Pershing a bit there, which is probably not something you should be doing. Now let's see what Zen Prime does next. Panzerwerfer, Sturmpanzer, another Panther. Yeah, those are options. Not entirely sure what Zen Prime is doing here, but that seems like a waste of good grenadiers, and that was a full wipe there. Again, he's down to only 3 squads. Not good there, not good. He's still ahead otherwise, so could be worse. But again, he's about to get hit by the Pershing. In that regard, already being short in infantry can definitely be something the Pershing can exploit. But here we go. Again, using the Ostrom to just quickly fill out the gaps with some cheaper infantry that can hold ground when they're using light machine guns. So, you know, again, he's making use of the mobile defense doctrine for something beyond just, you know, the sort of Puma panic play. So I like to see that. He's usually, you know, sign of a smarter player. Trying to take out the antenna, and there you go. PFC pulling up and at Pershing here to support the 2nd Infantry Division. Quick with a 90mm gun, which acted the same as used on the Jackson, fun fact.
The capture point is under attack.
Going ahead there. Shoot and wreck something here. Anti-tank and recruit before Zen Prime could dismantle it violently. Now it's of course up to PFC to turn this around, because right now he's still very much in the defensive. He's in a prickly situation. His opponent enjoys an infantry advantage numerically, arm advantage, machine gun advantage, and of course sheer German design advantage. Panther hits a mine there straight in front of the Pershing and the anti-tanks. There you go, heavy anti-tank on fire here. And of course the M1s have a high rate of fire and can quickly do some serious damage. Ostrom also up, but then again, they just Ostrom. Ostrom by saw some usage on the western front, but they used to sort of hold the Atlantic defences until it came about doing Operation Overlord. They were just surrendering in most cases easily to the Allies, in which case they pulled away from frontline duties and mostly just be used as rear line services chaps, you know, freeing up men from the logistical chains. Fun fact. They could argue the Ostrom just represents stuff like, you know, Kriegsmarine and Luftwaffe field troops were just being pushed into the fight as well. In fact, Luftwaffe troops could just be, you know, hauled in from any sort of, say, Luftwaffe flak secured detachment, just pulled into the front line, which happened actually during Normandy as well. Are they fixing up the Panther here? Even more interesting, the 1st SS actually, at some point during 1944, when they actually had to give up a certain number of troops to help form the 12th SS, actually received a large amount of Luftwaffe troops to sort of make up for the replacements. Were initially not very willing about it, but the Waffen SS by the time of Normandy had actually managed to absorb them and sort of gotten on the level of the rest of the division, which certainly says something about the ability to, you know, absorb replacements like that. Anyways, Panther 4 good to go. Panther there being slowly blasted, but the Pershing, you can see there again, it is highly lethal. The Pershing is really good at murdering infantry. It's also reasonably good as armor, but it absolutely excels at murdering infantry. And the HVAC round, it'll just great versus armor. So of course the trick's going to be for Zen Prime to deal with it, because he's likely going to keep the anti-tank close to it, which means he's going to just be able to just slug it out easily with it. And these two, the machine coming things up there. Grenade off in the Panther there. Oh, close but actually getting wiped down retreat. Nice bait there, or at least attempted bait there with PFC. Panther lands nicely on the Pershing, and the tanks are not quite within range, so sort of back up against the Panther here. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Yeah, 14 kills already than the Pershing. Obviously a bunch of them are Ostroms, so it probably doesn't count as much. Certainly should not be taken lightly. Still, PFC needs to try something to break out here. I mean, maybe something using combined arms could be effective here versus Zen Prime. We got the smoking off against machine gun, nice work there. But we can also see that PFC is trying to push back, and his Pershing power is needing repairs already. This is probably an area where Zen Prime also enjoys an advantage. He's got a lot more to repair his armor with than PFC has to repair his Pershing with. But there you go, Raven pulling through in the centre, overwhelming Zen Prime's rather weak defense. There you go, grenades almost getting out into Ostrom squad there. Pioneers moving to intercede. Pack 40 multiple needs for precision multiple to fire ahead there for the 2nd Infantry. 50 cover there, and to tank and still hanging back on the defensive here. Possibly a bit worried to get caught up in a bad spot. And there you go, Raven need to retreat now. PFC, get out of there, man. Get out of there. And to tank and holding force there. In the west, we got Canadians sneaking up 50 cover the rate spot and taking the rulership be pulled up. Pershing is almost good to go there for PFC. We got counterattack tactics again. Excellent work there. Excellent work. Canadians suppressed here. There you go, more firing there. Pioneers almost obliterated by the Pershing. 14 kills before getting hit there by the Pack 40. He could try and smoke it, but see, oh, there we go. We got smoke again, but the Pershing going to be pulled off for repairs again. So it's not going to do much here. It needs a bit more sneaking back. Mano's going to pull them back towards the centre now. Grenadiers punches moving up here. Ostrom about to get swept away here by PFC's flanking assault there, but we got the Grenadiers backing up. We got the Panzer Golds going to intercede here. He's going to need a, I think, well-thrown grenade here to have the best chances, and even then might not be enough. But it certainly seems like the PFC sort of had some nice flanking ideas. They're slightly losing out on it. Makes us only just more willing now to just bash heads with Zen Prime. That's certainly paying off nicely for Zen Prime with his Pack 40 packing up his Panther. Rather than they need to retreat now before those Ace Panther are going to wipe them up, because the rest of the 3 Panther Grenadiers can do some serious harm. Make no mistake. Troops are reinforcing. Panther hanging back. Panther 4 being repaired. Very, very, very close to Vector 2. Pershing there is, well, some time off. Bit of a standoff between the two sides. PFC is just sort of stalling still. But he needs to make some more aggressive movement somewhere, because otherwise he's going to lose. Got his moving up, pick up the anti-tank in the 5th cover there. In the east, we've got a bit of light skirmishing here. Looks like he's going to make a head-on assault again. But there you go, instead moves up the first attack here through the hedges, trying to catch the Panther there a bit off guard. Counter-attack tactics again. Push for the centre, it's halted here by the MD-14 and the Panzer Grenadier. 100 points left here. PFC really needs to change his tactical handbook here. 50 cover there was the Grenadiers, and the centre Panzer being pushed back. Ravni versus the Ostrom there, quick grenade off. Dodge though. Nice work there by Zen Prime. Pershing up in the west here, quickly obliterating some German troops. Sending some Pioneers scurrying off. And then proceeds to blast some of his own almost to death there. Ooh, that was lucky there for the Grenadiers. So actually moving straight ahead against the Pershing in a manner where they could actually have been wiped out there with a nice lucky shot there for PFC that didn't happen. Some Prime, they're suffering some casualties here and there. Some units being blown up and those sort of full losses. Panther there, getting a nice flank hit on the Pershing, but it's getting close to Vector 2, though so is the Panther. So is the Panther. Yeah, PFC so far is just playing a very slow game. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is. He sort of hopes to win this by, because so far he's going to lose on victory point if he doesn't need to change things up severely. But there you go, Panther being pushed back by the anti-tankers of the Pershing. And that leaves only the Panzer 4 on the anti-tank, and he's going to disable the anti-tank, and this Pershing can easily deal with the Panzer 4. Troops are hitting reinforcing. A bit more action these start would be great here for PFC, particularly hit the fuel point there and the victory point, obviously. Rifle grenade, smokes, all sorts of things going off. Also look like with the Pershing. 21 kills so close to 22, and might be able to wipe out the Ostorm on the retreat. Nope, didn't quite happen. Zempran filling up with the Panther here to basically bombard PFC's defences. Obviously another option, just mortar with smoke screens, but he actually lost his mortar to PFC's mortar. Who's now going for smoke as well. Grenades off from the rifleman, very good use there. Mention the free machine gun moving up here. There we go, got the centre victory point. But Zempran's got the Panzerwerfer. Counter-attack tactics again. Very consistent usage of it, very nice. Troops there hitting reinforcing. Once again, head-on attack here with a Pershing. Yeah. There we go. Zempran is using opportunity to rush the end of tank now to destroy it. Clear out the veterans. Very good play there by Zempran. Panther off. Against all support weapons. Taking advantage of the Panther is spotting for it. Very nice work as well. Doing some damage for nothing critical here versus PFC. But does allow him to more easily move for the centre point. There we go. Pershing still defending. Now Veteran 2. Allowing it to move towards Veteran 3. Now the Panther's there. Oh, never mind. Panther just hit Veteran 2. Gaining the shots in. PFC is still not doing a lot, but he's really bleeding out in victory points. There definitely needs to be some changes that he also should consider taking up, going for some Jackson tanks or something else. When the current situation is hugely advantageous for Zempran, and it's not really something that PFC should be encouraging. There we go, bit of a push here. Troops in reinforcing this again. Get moving. Forwards, men, forwards. More smoke off. Lots of smoke off to basically tactically cut off most of Zempran's defences. Very nice work. And to take the flank on the Panther. Very nice work as well here. Getting some rear hits in. Second shot bounce, but still nice work. More smoke off. Really just nice use of smoke. I just wish PFC would be a bit more aggressive. Try to outmaneuver Zempran a bit hard because right now it's not really, doing anything I think critically huge against Zempran, and that's really what he needs to do. He needs to throw off Zempran of this game and get some huge kills in with it, because otherwise, Zempran just has a larger force and more resources to spare essentially. So if he sort of just tries, fighting this in sort of trench style mentality, he's just going to end up losing. And of course with Zempran we can somehow catch PFC off guard and destroy him. That will also be helpful. So that way, ensure he doesn't do that against Zempran. Fighting position up, that's an interesting time for that one now. Oh dear, Panther barrage in there, tank crew wiped out. Fighting position almost short, you probably just cancel it. Not good there, not good. More smoke. And he actually finished it. Interesting. Grenade off. The upgrades on that one. Raphael was getting wiped out again. I'm surprised he's not even trying anything in these now. It seems like he's suffering a bit of tunnel vision. They might have gotten a bit scared from some of the earlier pushes Zempran made. Then he's trying to flank past. Panther applying counting fire there. More smoke. So much smoke, really. So much smoke.
Rear echelon troops on the front line.
More reasons up, probably to repair. Got a fighting position up there. The way I believe it's set up, it's going to be pointing towards here. So he's probably worried about the flank, I guess. I don't think he's going to be able to cover the central victory point, though. Could be wrong there though, but I think that's the case.
Fighting position
Yep.
machine gun is in place. Armor ready.
Pershing can move again, 27 kills.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Also moving here, taking advantage of the smoke being laid down by both players around the centre victory point. But has to retreat in the end. And suffers a wipe. 30 kills in the Pershing. Not bad, not bad, but is quickly heavily damaged again. This is certainly starting to look a bit like trench warfare. Except there's no trenches. But there's sort of the trench mentality.
Armor here.
Pershing that's halfway to Veteran 3, still no tech over there for PFC. Is he planning more fighting positions, maybe? Panther shoots, bounces off the Pershing's armour. Bit lucky there for PFC and the 2nd Infantry. Unfortunate for Zen Prime, another smoke screen there. Got that recruit for Zen Prime, by the way. Not bad at all. And there we go, finding some action east here by PFC, finally. I mean, Zen Prime could also just consider trying pushing out the west side. He could consider a lot of angles here, but so far he's just sort of, well, stuck in a sense.
A capture point is
More
under
smoke
attack.
off. Basically to make it harder here for Zen Prime to help support the one who runs for the victory point. That forgets about the pack forward on the west side of the victory point and on the west side of the house.
What the hell was that?
And there you go, target a weak point on the Pershing there, nice work.
Go ahead.
5th goal versus MG42 plan for moving up here to take these deal with that. Armor piercing would be great here for PFC.
A capture point.
And of course a nice sort of flanking push would be great. There you go, Panther Volks trying to strike at the concentration of forces here that PFC's managed. There you go, 50 Help crew obliterated by the rockets. Smoke on the MG42 here, Panther Volks up come to the centre. They can of course try and get the insane help deal with that. There you go, shoots, penetrates, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, that doesn't look like it though. There you go, that shot definitely went through. Candidates was ramping, got Osman on the flank, being suppressed for the fighting position. Panther goes there, machine gun every position doing the smoke. Candidates push back.
Lost an infantry
Unit wiped out here for PFC. He's done just the captain, 2 rifle squads now, plus Maria Stones with bazookas. Grabbing the 50 car with this, still on takeoff for PFC. We got the captain there reinforcing. West side, Pioneers will just get murdered. Pershing there should get moving in here for PFC. Punts are going to deal with 26 kills, striking at the flank of 50 car. But there you go, Cook get hit by the Pershing there through the hedges, and looks like he just retreats. Panther there was the Pershing penetrating hit from the anti-tank gun. There we go, nice hit on the Panther, and there we go, another hit, Panther down to half health, not good there for Zen Prime. And the first SS, but pops back under cover of smoke. Nice work, needs to grab that centre victory point, and he needs to accept more pressure on the right flank. And I really think PFC needs to take out and pull for some additional armour or something. Maybe he can just go for some stewards. Just, he needs more than just the Pershing here. And he also needs to do more than just focus on the centre victory point in the end. 25 points left, PFC really needs to just, you know, push the tempo here. Smoking off, Panther off as well. Whilst we're going for the support weapons. Anti-tank and crew wiped once more.
AT gun has been destroyed. Crew ready.
Pershing super close to Veteran 3, though so is the Panzer IV-ish. Closing in there. 19 points left here for him. And there we go. Harassment needs to using the captain and the sprint ability to quickly reach it. Nice play there by PFC. What he definitely should be doing more of. And I'll just push for the centre point here. Cutting the last one up here thanks to the Pershing. But no, the Pershing once misses. And another target weak point there. Another heat round pierces the arm of the Pershing. Grenade off from the Grenadiers in the centre. Eastern few points secured. The rifle needs to fall back here. Troops are hitting reinforcing. Grenadiers being murdered. We got counterattack tactics again, and there you go. Grenadiers punches against the captain in the east. One hell of a throw there with a bomb grenade, and One hell of a hit. Collapsing the cannon, forcing away the captain here. Still 224 versus the 19 victory points of PFC. Rushing for the centre point here, rushing for the eastern one. Counter-attack attacks they're being enacted. Oh, this one's been under neutral, so you can actually easily grab it here. Sneaky. Not downright cheeky breaky. There you go, Panther flying up the Pershing. Second shot the bounces. Pershing is very close to making 3 pack probably caught up at the ramp, but it gets pressed by the MD-42 here. And another Panther for the barrage here from Zen Prime. 2 being suppressed, pinned and murdered. Another smoke screen from PFC. He just loves chucking it out. Pershing moves up. And we got the ace level up here for the Pershing, increasing its rate of fire and its accuracy, making it much more lethal versus both infantry and armour. Nice development there for PFC, but needs to repair that Pershing. More reactions on the way to replace the ones lost to the Krauts, to the Nazis. Panther moves up there, slowly approaching Veteran Fleet. Pershing, of course, already there. The Pershing, amongst other advantages, just veterans it up much faster than any other heavy tank, allowing you to just quickly hit those high levels and just begin murdering away at an even harder pace than it already did. Panther force setting up for flank here, very nice. Maybe some move to back it up. It'll be great here for Zen Prime. And then it goes into the Pershing. Got lucky they get obliterated, and there you go, half the squad gone. Jürgen and Fritz sent to the next realm. Panther there bouncing shots for the fatherland, and in the east another push here for the victory point, but push up in the west side here is putting PFC under some pressure there by Zen Prime. Nice push there, nice push. M2 doing with the rifle in the centre of the machine and just laying down loads. So finally got the incendiary operation going up there for Zen Prime. Panther for the barrage off as well here. Striking out the captain and obliterating him. One hell of a strike there by Zen Prime's Panzerwerfer. "40 kills, 41 kills in that Pershing. There's a reason why heavy cavalry and Pershings are some of the most common things with the Americans, particularly on 1 versus 1. So the Pershing is really good. PFC going for the lieutenant to replace some of the losses suffered. And taking it, shoot bounce off the Panther front arm. There you go, Pershing flanking. Nice hit there. Doesn't have damage there for the HVAP rounds. Flanking hit there on the Pershing fails there for the Panther. 42 kills. Dietrich. Anale Deinhardt joins in. Panther, though, is actually getting close to Veteran 3 now, getting seriously close, and that's seriously a worry there for PFC, who is done at 15 victory points. Pershing moves up to try and take out the Panther. Going to do this in the smoke. 44 killed. Panther there totally wiped out, and we do see a wipe there. Huge blow to Zen Prime. So 2 going to do one awesome squad. Losing the Panther is going to hurt him quite a bit there. Big win there tactically for PFC, though, of course, he's still otherwise in a lot of nasty business and needs to, try and straighten things out fast. But 47 kills in that Pershing, 47. And it's likely only going to go up higher. Gun is only being blasted out. And saying pushing up right for support here. 50 cal joining in as well. Pershing moving up, the 50 cal moving in as well. They push back, they're going to lose, almost wiping them out here. Close one there, close one there. More Panther was there for Zen Prime. Panther bombs taking out the anti-tank gun. Pershing moving forwards here. Could ambush here the Panther. Oh! Set deals the machine on the flank there. Narrowly Ward's going to hit it by the Panther, which is very close to Veteran 3. And there we go. Hits Veteran 3. It is not Panther Ace. High rate of fire, high mobility, and good durability there. That's going to be a problem there for PFC. Another Panther with a barrage off here. PFC really should be taking out, I feel like. Jackson's or something else will be helping out nicely. Infantry push into the west is encountering, unsurprisingly, large amounts of resistance there from the 50 caliber. And we got the Pershing joining in. 51 kills. 52 and wipes the Ostrom on retreat. Panther fall down to half health almost. Panther fighting around the centre here. Oberleutnant Hartmann fights to the very end, if he has to. Panthers moving up, then to get hit over the Pershing. 53 kills. There we go. Almost got the Panther there in one go. And forcing the Epicenter Prime to fall back with it. We got push up here, undercover smoke. Again, great use of smoke though, PFC. Solid and very consistent. That is really commendable. Really commendable and nice to see there. I just wish he'd displayed a bit more finesse when it came to attacking at times, or at least a bit more aggression. And a bit more attacking. But there you go. Gunners will take on the Pershing here. Rather than being wiped out as well. Very close shave there for Paul Helmut. But he managed to survive the wrath of the Pershing. A beast of steel and freedom. Panther fall by close to the ace level as well. Panther is being repaired here vigilantly by the Pioneers. 189 versus 15. PFC still not taking up. He's just focused on the Pershing and might be a case of Fury syndrome at this stage rather than just necessity. Even now, he might be trying to summon Steiner's Panzer Army and not, without realizing he's playing as the Americans just for starters. Rather than getting blasted, we got Ruffin off as well here. Another hit, then the smoke screen off. Just so many smoke screens, really. More smoke, just absolutely astounding amounts of smoke here from PFC. Absolutely astounding. Panther Barrage gun clears to unleash at close range, halfway to Veteran 3 and the ace level on that one. Pershing also good to go again once more for PFC, and looks like the 50 cavalry going and got himself a bit of some foliage there to keep him company. Alright, Private Gomer, this is Private Tree. He's here to keep you company. Did you just rhyme, Sergeant? No.
We're losing a capture point.
Pioneer's going to be blasted out as link. Tell Mines is starting to worry about the potential there. PFC, going in aggressive with some armoured flanking, suddenly realising, what he's doing. But I don't think PFC's going to do that. Still, it's nice to see there. It could happen to be honest. Pioneer's being obliterated. Panther being pulled back. So close to the ace level here. Unit obliterated the Panther. Or Pershing. 58 killed by the way. He's down to just one Grenadier squad and one Grenadier squad now. The rest have been obliterated, possibly with the Pershing. In fact, 60 kills on the Pershing. Grenades off of the Pack 40. They're almost wiping out the ace Pack 40 here, but these pull back the Pershing until then, I think. Because the eventually 3 Pack 40 will obliterate if he's not careful. Machine gun opening up here. Half slip approach makes it 3. Panther push back here. 12 kills. Seems like PFC's finally realising he has to get a bit more aggressive, a bit more violent here with Zen Prime. Forcing away support weapons. Panther, they're not in a good spot. Pershing can't pursue, but he might be able to pull up and entertain support here. So there you go. Zen Prime is being pushed back. Pack 40 there, wiped out. Not good. Almost got the centre victory point. Pershing desperately repairs and quickly get back in action here versus Zen Prime, the first SS. 10 points left here for PFC, 177 for Zen Prime. And of course, seeing the Eastern victory point and resource would be great here. And I still think taking up would be a great idea for PFC as well. And there you go, finally, 54 minutes of the game, PFC begins taking. I mean, better late than never, but by Joe, that is damn late. Zen Prime lining up for an assault with little infantry is left. He's only short. He's also got a ton of fuel. He's got 1,000 fuel. I mean, it's not because he's been able to use this. It's not like, he's doing it on purpose, but, over 1,000 fuel. I mean, again, part of it is just the map. The map just has much more fuel available than on average, meaning he just end up floating ludicrous amounts of fuel. I mean, PFCs as well. I mean, it's not, but again, Zen Prime literally has much option to use it. I mean, in some cases they had close to 50-50 splits in some, but again, he just can't use it. So yeah, a fun part of the map here. Obviously for PFC, there's less of an excuse for that. There you go, persecuting the Germans off the centre victory point. We got a flank position up here to help defend the western field point, or victory point, very good. Fifth column taken out here by the Panzerwerfer. 62 kills on the Pershing. We've got support on the west side. Is he going to try and push up again? We've got an eastern side here with the rifleman going for the victory point there, I think. I mean, Zen Prime might want to consider himself getting a bit more aggressive versus a PFC. Switching up his tactics a bit because it seems like for some reason somehow he's actually managed to work out for PFC. Partly though because he's been using a lot more smoke than Zen Prime has, possibly in his entire lifetime. I'm even talking about that period back in high school where Zen Prime took up smoking to look cool, but had to give it up because it turned out he had asthma. Rifle being suppressed here, Pershing falling a bit back here. Smoke's getting off again, and note the way he uses it. Not on the victory point itself, but sort of a bit in front of it, so that way again he can just mostly cover it off. Still cover the victory point itself in case he tries to rush himself. But isolate stuff there. Pershing and moving, or Panther moving forward to their 13 kills. Doing block with the Tank and the Pershing. And note here that Zen Prime, except for maybe a few cases of, hasn't really used a lot of smoke increasingly. Been an attempt pushing up, but that's holded by the 50 caliber easily here. Firing precision has been upgraded as well here. I mean, the arm of the flank, he could pro pull off something against PFC. Don't think he's been running, though it would have been a great idea there for PFC to mine the flank up, to be honest. Panther down to less than half health. Come on, Zen Prime. Put the pedal to the cup metal. On 25 versus 10. Panther down, it repairs as the Panther 4 creeping up here. Right in front of Pershing, which causes these to obliterate. 73 kills. Again, the Pershing absolutely eats infantry for breakfast, dinner, lunch, brunch, you name it. Evening snack right before bed, infantry. He's trying to sneak up here, but needs some more armed support, I think, to pull that off. And we got a command tank out here for Zen Prime, possibly sensing a bit of the desperation. He's going to try and rely on just raw force, I think, to pull through here. Could very well be an all or nothing here for Zen Prime. Counter-attack tactics being readied. Will there be a smoke screen? I mean, right here would be great fun. We'll probably have to easily grab the victory point on the right and just, not deploying smoke and moving straight ahead. Panther from the barrel off here. 28 kills, ace level. Pershing taking a few hits. Come on, Zen Prime, use the smoke. He's using counter battery. It's not smoke, Zen Prime. It's not smoke. 104 versus 10. Setting up the machine to cover here. I mean, theoretically, you can just move up the tanks and use the Panther to that way deploy smoke. I mean, that's an option. But smoke is definitely needed here for Zen Prime, I think, if he wants to keep taking that center victory point. Would also be useful just, launching assault to maybe a seeds immersion. There you go, moving up the Panther just a bit. Panther's going to be moving up. Shot bounce off the Panther's frontal armor. Okay, there we go. Zen Prime seems to picked it up again here from PFC after having forgotten it for almost half an hour. Battlefield amnesia. There you go, smokescreen off. Panther engaging the Pershing through the smoke there. Panthers, they need to be more careful. The Pershing himself in front of the Pershing. They're in the smoke, but that was a nice idea there. Get the Pioneers in there. Get the Pioneers into the smoke. Still last. Send Prime forwards. Forwards. Low skates. So much smoke down though. Panther barrage off as well. Probably right around the entertainment machine gun here. I'm going to get rid of the entertainer. There you go. That'd be huge. And now connect to push for the Pershing with some degree of confidence. More smoke off though. Panther 4 flanking up here, trying to take out the final position. Panther just continues to fire away. Command tank pack 40 moving up a bit further here. 50 cover there, taking heavy damage. Almost got the final position there. We got out there. He's using the Pioneers now. He's just desperately going all in here. Zen Prime, 4 bats, and there you go, flanking with the Panther 4. Good work, good work. Except he stops up rather than keep up with the speed of flank. Ah, shit, he's going to throw away the Panther 4 there. Pershing moving ahead now. It looks like PFC, though, has been flustered enough here by Zen Prime's attack. He's going to make mistakes. Moving forward to the Panther 4, what they're doing now. Machine gun yelling down. Heavy fire there. Pack 40 wiped out by the Pershing head on. 79 kills, though. 79. 4 points left. He just needs to hold the point, no matter the cost. Anti-tank gun down. Reasons on the point. Panther 4 down. Pershing did with 83 kills. 2 points left. Panther 4 command tank down. 84 kills. And there you go. GG, game over. That was rather naughty. Ton of smoke though, but rather fell apart because both players completely lost sight of any sort of greater maneuvers, just reliant on a war of attrition. In this case, the PFC was really close to winning this because Sam Pram just forgot about smoke. Despite repeatedly being smoked, apparently just couldn't consider, maybe I should just do what my opponent is doing and just win the game, which was like right at the very end, was probably close to losing, just did it and won. I mean, really, smoke can really get you very surprisingly far in the game, but so can also good maneuvering. In this regard, PFC could also, I think, benefit at times from big pushes because early on he displayed that and was actually doing really well, so bit unfortunate, but still good start by Sam Prime. Middling late to late game, in particular his late game was a bit of a shambles. They just very defensive, stalling game there. PFC could also have been more aggressive at times, and certainly I think could have benefited from some tanks. They definitely flowed too many resources at times. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. This is Imperial Links and Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for a nice episode. Bye.